Alright, so I just finished up cleaning up most of the. Look at that. I finished up cleaning most of the tank, so this is what it looks like right now. I decided to go use like I kind of use like a damp. I use a damp napkin to like just wash off the rest of the excess of the window cleaner, and I also kind of just there's still some stuff in here that needs to be taken out, or on the floor that needs to be taken out, but I will be covering the bottom up. The only thing I really want to focus on though was the inside wall, or the inside glass, because I knew that was going to be the biggest effect that would have on any animal that I put in here. So with that done, I'll probably clean up a little bit of the outside of the tank, just that way it looks good, just that way it looks better than it did before. And then that way that it's fully set up, and then I'll probably look for a lid, something like a new like lid to put on top of it, so that way I could, put it over, and then in case I have anything in here, I'll probably be able to have a lamp and stuff. So before I end, there was something that I was gonna explain, and what I was going to here. Let me grab this. Sit down. So this tank is basically done already. As you guys can see, the outside still needs some cleaning, so I need to do that. And I think and if you see a mark that's on the wall, I have to clean that off too. But what I'm gonna do is I'm either going to buy some substrate and a couple other things, maybe even get some plants, and make a miniature ecosystem inside of a 10-gallon tank, or I'm going to add a leopard gecko in here. But I'm gonna buy some like stuff to make it look nice, and have it to where the gecko could live comfortably in here. Because in this tank, which is another tank I gotta clean up soon, I have a day gecko in there. And so I was thinking about whether or not I should get another like a leopard gecko and have it in this tank. And then eventually I would probably add a couple things in there and make it good for the gecko. But then again, I also had this planned out to be like something for me to put like substrate in there, some plants, add some small creatures in here, maybe even add some small reptiles like a morning gecko, and turn it into some sort of miniature ecosystem in here. But I might go with the leopard gecko, because if I were to add any arboreal species, they would have to be extremely tiny, because this isn't like that one, which is already like up on top of itself, which I gotta clean up. I'm gonna probably do that right after I'm done with this. But so I would have to probably add a gecko, but at the same time, a leopard gecko, I mean, they're not that big. The ones in my pet store, which is just PetSmart, they sell them. They're not too big, and they would be probably small enough to fit in this tank. I'd probably upgrade it to a new one if I can afford it. And I have another tank. It's somewhere else in this room, but it's another one that I'm gonna turn into like an aquascape one, and that one's probably gonna be where I make like a miniature aquatic like ecosystem with some fish and invertebrates. But that's gonna be a little bit harder because it's aquatic. So yeah, so I'm gonna probably add either a leopard gecko or just turn it into a miniature ecosystem. I'll probably upload this part onto YouTube before I like make a full entire video. Which I was planning to add this to like a part of a video that I'm gonna be making soon, where it was gonna be either I introduce you guys to a new animal or make a new ecosystem for an animal in here, or I just make it an actual just ecosystem with like animals in there and all that. I have a lot of other videos that I'm trying to work on, but I just haven't been able to, because one, I've been focusing on school lately, and a couple things have been happening, and just haven't been able to focus on my videos. And two, I'm also working on another video on my other channel, and I want that one to be up before the other video that I'm planning to post. So I'm hoping that I can finish both of them and upload them. And once I do, I'll probably upload this video. So I'll let you guys decide for me, because I am having a hard time thinking about what I should do. Because the problem is that this is and by the way, my camera quality is my phone is acting up with the camera for some reason. I don't know why. So originally I was thinking of doing something similar to this, and it looks kind of messy. I have to clean it up a little bit. But like, as you guys can see, I had some dirt and rocks underneath there, and I have some plants in here. I'm gonna probably redo, or like probably add more plants or do something else with that. And that would be what this would become, a sort of like miniature ecosystem. But it's 10 gallons and it's smaller. And then like I mentioned before, a leopard gecko. If I were to do that, I would probably either like get some, because I know that they say like putting sand in an enclosure with a gecko is not ideal, because it'll probably be like dangerous for them when they try to eat. But I do want to add that I do want to add some sand, because I feel like it would make this tank pop out a little bit more. And if I do, I plan to add something like right here for the gecko to hide in, and then on the other side is from there to like here, it's just gonna all be sand, and I'll probably add like some log, or like a log in here, or like just like a large stick for it to like climb up on, and then some more rocks, and just have it like mimic its environment. I saw online what like a good substrate for these geckos, but haven't been able to really buy it yet. So I'll have you guys decide in the comments whether I should make it a miniature ecosystem, add like springtails and isopods, and maybe even like some small vertebrates in there, or I just make like a good home for leopard gecko. I'll probably add like sand and plants and rocks and some like large log, and then eventually I'll add the gecko in there. So you guys decide in the comments: leopard gecko versus entire ecosystem instead of a 10-gallon tank. And I'll probably make the video in like a couple months, depending on how long it takes me. But before that, I'm gonna probably upload to like one more video on here, and then another one on my other channel, and that's gonna be it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.